morning and welcome, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. I hope it finds you out. It's holiday time. Santa Claus coming to town. I got New Year's rolling in. I got people coming in all over the place. The East Coast, the West Coast. Whatever you're doing this holiday season, I hope you have a great one. I hope you're with family, friends, loved ones, bury the hatchet type thing. Here's another opportunity, right? Another opportunity to remember what's important. All this other stuff, it's good debate. It's good to talk about. But it shouldn't be, we should no longer be friends type thing, right? The nonsense that seems to be prevalent anymore all over the place, from the government saying you can't know about this stuff and censorship and the ability to have debate seems to be gone. I'm looking forward to it, though. I got, like I said, family from all over coming into town. 800-951-0592. That is our toll-free number. Remember, we're going to be closed Monday, Tuesday. And then the following week, we're going to be closed Monday, Tuesday for New Year's. But you can go to allamericangold.com. Right? The website it runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Check it out. We just added just in time. I believe Jason has these in his hands. We'll have them here, down here, no later than Thursday. We've got two brand new silver coins, the 2023 Patriot silver coin and the 2023 half-empty cup of Joe silver coin. We're doing this as a fundraiser for the radio station. Last time we did this, it worked out really well. We were able to buy a brand new to us, a new place to put all of the equipment of building that we can put all of our equipment in at the transmitter site. These transmitter sites, they're not glorious. It's a field, with some towers and you put your transmitter there. It's pretty straightforward, but weather and everything else, it has a way of just eating everything up, as you know. The old transmitter is in a truck bed. Yeah, if you can imagine that, right? Not exactly something you can seal up and keep tight and warm.
A small truck bed too. It's a small truck bed. It ain't like an 18-wheeler truck bed. It's like a little miniature freezer box. Yeah, it's a small truck bed.
Yeah. A very small truck bed, but we were able to raise enough money. We put down a brand new pad. Got just a fantastic. It used to be a cell phone tower container. This thing, it's awesome. It is there now. It is time. This is going to be the big one. I imagine, because these coins are so collectible, that we'll keep doing them. But we're getting ready. We want to have a brand new transmitter in our new utility box, our new building at the transmitter site. So when you buy these coins, they're $75 a piece. These were 1 ounce silver eagles, if you can believe that or not. 1 ounce silver eagles of the Moonlight Mint in Colorado. Daniel Carr, famous. This guy is famous in the coin industry. Happens to be right in our backyard there. He has, as far as I know, Jason, right, the only operating mint machine in use it's a government mint machine. He's the only one in the world that has one, right? Am I right about that?
These machines only get disassembled and scrapped, or they just keep using them. This machine was considered completely inoperable. So they went ahead and auctioned it to the public, and Daniel got it and fixed it up. And the mint is, they won't publicly say it out loud, but they're very grouchy that he has this machine.
They don't do that way anymore, right? They now make sure that you can't have it. So this is actually done on a mint machine. He has had several of his designs picked by the mint for coins like state quarters and stuff like that. Yep. And he is renowned in the coin making industry, and we're creating this series of coins. So they're available. We got 2 coins, the Patriot coin. Remember, news to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. That is the saying that is on that coin. And, of course, the half-empty cup of Joe Pure Blood 2023 coin. Like I said, they're both $75. We can have them to you for Christmas, but if you order today. Even here in Phoenix, we can get them here to Phoenix. They'll be here no later than Thursday. You have Thursday or Friday to pick them up. Colorado, Jason has them. So if you're like, hey, last-minute stocking stuffer, we can do that for you. If you would like, we have shirts and bumper stickers coming. If you want to be a subscriber to the radio station, the 1360, you get a coin. You pick which coin you want, a shirt, a bumper sticker, and you'll get a monthly newsletter. That's for $100. 800-951-0592. Jason and I, we're coming right back to keep you updated. Gold and silver on the move. 800-951-0592. Joe and Jason, Patriot Radio News Hour on this Tuesday. And right now, a quick look in at the markets. We have a very confused Federal Reserve, if you want to believe it. The Dow is up 200. I think Dow's going higher for a little while here. S&P is up 20. The NASDAQ's up 75. Gold's up $18. 2044 now on gold. And again, we talked about this earlier in the week. Gold's just getting real comfortable here at above 2,000, and it's the setup for 2024. It is real. Silver, no shocker here, up 32 cents, approaching $24.25. The 10-year note down at 390. Japan says they don't know how to get out of the mess they're in. We're going to keep the bank account rates at negative 0.1%. Not really sure what they're going to do. At one point, the yen, the Japanese yen, had risen or lost value by almost 2.5% in a single. I mean, these are wild moves in a currency like that. You know, you get that from like the Argentine currency, right? You get that maybe Turkey's currency or Egypt. Right? You don't get that kind of move with a quote unquote major economic currency. But again, this is what happens when the end of fiat money is on the horizon, and that's why we keep talking about diversification. This is why, this is why Costco sold $100 million worth of silver or worth of gold in like a few days, because it was only up for a few days. You think they're going to do it again? I wonder if they will. You think they're going to do more than $100 million? Yeah, probably. Right? Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Right now, we talked about, hey, I think Dow's going to go a little higher. Right, because I think they're like us. We're kind of like Japan. At this point, might as well play out the string. Right, let fiat money burn. Inflation is far, far, far from over, and this is why we talk about our friends at Y Refi, because we know it's the boom and bust cycle. every boom has been bigger than the previous boom. And unfortunately, every bust has been bigger than the previous one. And of course, we remember the financial crisis bust, and we're getting ready for another one. Check out our friends at YRefi, up to 10.25% return, fixed. By the way, not correlated to Wall Street. It does not care that the Dow is up 200 points today, full disclosure. Does not care that it's at record highs. Guess what? It won't care if it was at record lows. It doesn't care if Japan doesn't know how to get out of their mess. It's fixed. It doesn't change. It's the same month after month after month. You've heard me. We've been talking about them for over a year, about checking these guys out. And now they've made their plans even better. If you invested for 1, 2, 3, or 4 years, they pay you even more now. 1 year, 6.5%. That's like the worst you can do. By the way, they have no fees, as you know. They don't play games, kind of like Patriot. That's why we like them. You always, if you needed your money back, that's, you know what, something happened. I got to have my money back. They always gave you all of your principal back, always. Now they're going to let you keep some of the interest as well. So check them out. InvestYRefi.com. You can go there. Just call them. 888-YRefi24. Let them know that I sent you, and get yourself really diversified here. As Jason, it has been shocking what has come out since the press conference last week with Jay Powell talking about rate cuts and baseline scenario. They don't see rates going any higher. And then on Friday, the New York Fed kind of said, wait a minute, no, we didn't say that. No, we don't know. Hold on. Yesterday, Austin Goolsbee said that he was confused. Yes, by the way, he's another one of these guys. He is now the new Chicago Fed, one of these, again, cheerleader, uber doves, doesn't care about the average American, doesn't care about inflation. He's just all about, hey, I want to pump up the system. So he does an interview yesterday on TV, because that's what they like to do. They need to control the narrative. Why are all these Fed guys going on TV all the time? They never used to. Matter of fact, they would never even tell Wall Street what they were thinking until the meeting hit. That was probably, think about this. How did boom and bust start? Just like that. See, before, when Wall Street never knew, they could be honest. But now, right, they help control the narrative. The Fed guys, they all go on one of the stock channels trying to convince you somehow it's going to be different. No, it's going to be different. I know we created all this money out of thin air, but magically it's going to be okay. And you know what? It is for a while. It is for a while. And then the big wipeouts come. But yes, he was on TV yesterday, and he said, oh gosh, I don't understand. The markets must have misunderstood what we were trying, the intended message we were trying to send. Really? I mean, Jay Powell had a press conference for almost 30 minutes. I don't think there was any misunderstanding. You did a little dot chart. This dot plot that is, it's total garbage. But you act like it's important. 17 of the 19 people that put their little dot there, Goolsbee being one of them, said you guys were going to cut rates. What did we misunderstand? I don't know. It's not what you say or what the chair says. Oh, what? So what Jay Powell says doesn't matter? It's not what you say or what the chair says. He goes, it's what they did here and what they did and what did they want to hear. Oh, I see. I get that. That happens sometimes, right, Jason? Well, you said this,
Yep.
and this is what I heard. You're like, oh, well that's not what I meant. But it was clear because they had what they said. Then they had the dot plot chart. That doesn't talk, right? It doesn't make a press conference. That's what you guys said, and that's what you guys said you were going to do. It's just, I think it's kind of funny because I think the Fed is in panic mode now because they realize the problem that they're in. This is like 1976 all over again. By the way, do your history. The last time the Fed tried to claim victory on inflation, 1976, and guess what? It came roaring back and got even worse before 1980 rolled around. Jason, it's the same thing all over again.
That's what I've been calling to happen for a while now. They're following the exact path, and quite frankly, I'm not sure it's a path they can avoid. It seems like the few times we could look at these inflative cycles that well recorded. The inflation comes on real hard, and then it subsides, and then it just comes roaring back at a higher level. So that's getting ready to happen, and this is why it depends on what the Fed actually does as to what kind of market stress we're going to have. If they decide to lower rates in the middle of inflation staying strong or coming back, it's going to make the prices of things go so high, Joe. It's going to be so bad. If they keep the rates where they're at, they'll be in a better position. But the markets will crash. There's going to be a sell-off of everything. Housing prices could slowly come down, and the markets could go down very rapidly. If they raise the rates, the inflation may actually not be so bad. They could actually get on top of it. They could raise the rates to 6 or 7 or 8% and keep the inflation down and keep the average person, the average working class person in a better spot. But it destroys all their rich buddies, Joe. It just destroys all those assets. The prices of housing would come down. The markets would come down. Gold and silver would probably dip down for a short time and then just come blasting upward, whether there's inflation or not. Gold is going to be doing well on either side of this thing, Joe. So we'll just see. It's why we report what the Fed does, because they have this power granted to them by the U.S. government that the lazy citizens of 1913 didn't stop. And now here we are.
Well,
the
let me
people
tell
just
you.
allowed it.
Here's what is really concerning for me, because I think they're lost. I think they're in trouble. Because John Williams on Friday, the New York Fed, now Austin Goolsbee yesterday, the Chicago Fed. They had similar things to say. We don't debate specific policies. Speculate about the future. We vote on that meeting. That was Austin Goolsbee yesterday. So let me get this right, Austin, Mr. Goolsbee. You met for 2 days. 2. And the only thing you did was vote on whether or not to raise rates. That's all you did? And the whole 2 days, you didn't debate any policies? You didn't speculate about what's coming in 2024 for 2 days? It took you 2 days to decide whether or not you wanted to hold rates the same. This is the problem. Obviously, that is complete garbage. That is total nonsense. But again, people have been speculating ever since they started having press conferences. They used to have no press conferences. Then they decided, we'll have a press conference every other meeting. So Alan Greenspan started that every other meeting to try to gain influence, to try to let you know, hey, this is what the Fed is thinking. So that way you can plan Wall Street accordingly. We're going to let you know what we're thinking. Well, guess what? The bigger the problem got, the more they needed what? Well, we got to control this. Let's meet every meeting. We're going to have every meeting we're going to have a press conference. So they can speculate as to what it was that you were thinking, because you're going to tell us what you're thinking. So really, is it even speculation? And now they're coming up, whoa, hey, no, we weren't doing that. No, we meet for 2 days just to vote. We just voted, that's it. We didn't do it. What did you do? I mean, why can't I interview this guy, right? Oh, really? Well, what the hell did you do for 2 days then? What do you mean you're not talking about economic policy? You guys are the Fed. I would hope that's what they were doing. I would hope that they were speculating about the future. And Jason, I think this just tells you how much trouble we're really in. Because here's the bottom line. What's happening right now, they see it as clearly as I see it. We've got an inflation problem that we wanted to pretend we fixed, and now the market, they're calling us on it. And now we got a problem. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Tuesday. This isn't good. This is not good. And this is, you know what, this is why Wall Street's rallying today. Because they know. Yeah, you can pretend that you have it handled. You don't. Gold's now up 2046. This is, again, another big show of strength here in the gold markets. You remember we had the sell-off, some profit taking on Friday. Gold got to about 2,040 on Friday, sold off to about 2020. Now it's 2046 and rising. And again, we already hit all-time highs already this year. Look for new all-time highs next year. Silver, which has had another great year. Look for an even better year in 2024. Silver up 36 cents right now, $24.20. Listen, I've had the same item on sale yesterday as I do today. Why? Because it's the best deals in town. And with this move, they just got better. I have $20 Liberties at $2,275. That was $50 off yesterday's price. Gold's up 20. Where do you think the price is going to be tomorrow? Save some money here. Add to your portfolio. Gold is, gold wasn't comfortable above $2,000 the first couple of times it got there. It just wasn't. Well, it sure looks like it is now, doesn't it? Right? Look how comfortable it was when Costco, for a brief moment in time, put some gold for sale, and the CFO, it sold out in like a couple hours, $100 million. Yeah, that tells you a lot. Silver $50. Utility silver. An electronic currency, a digital currency is coming. You better have some fractional material somewhere. This is a great one. $205 a roll. Silver's up another 40 cents. Silver was up yesterday. Buy 25 rolls or more. $200 a roll. Silver Eagles. Look at this move today. It's up, we're approaching 50 cents here. That makes case of Silver Eagles $250 more expensive. And I'm leaving them right where they're at. A case of U.S. Silver Eagles, $15,125. That was on sale. Tomorrow they're not going to be on sale. What are we going to be talking about? $15,750? I don't know how high silver is going to go. Silver will go up again tomorrow. Rolls of U.S. Silver Eagles right now, $610 a roll at 800-951-0592. And don't forget our fundraising coins. The 2023, the first ever Patriot coin, the Patriot Trading Group coin, $75. Jason's holding one up for those of you that are following us on YouTube or Rumble. You can see what these coins look like. I mean, they're just absolutely outstanding. Believe it or not, yesterday, that was a Silver Eagle. That was a 1 ounce Silver Eagle yesterday. Jason was actually helping Daniel Carr make those coins, and Daniel puts you to work. He puts you to work. And then, of course, there's the Silver Eagle. This is
what he. So I'm going to send you one of these, Joe.
That's a curved coin there. What is that?
To make this coin the right diameter and make it a Silver Eagle overstrike, he takes his press and he cups what he calls cupping the coin. Right? So you see how that's like domed? See that? So he cups the coin. He does that because if he simply hits our design over the top, which would get rid of the Silver Eagle design, it makes the coin spread out. So he has to cup it to shrink the diameter, and then he flattens it back out. And then I was the one tasked with the job of brushing it because that creates some ugliness to the silver surface. So then after it's been flattened back, and then I brush it, you get this sort of lackluster design. You know, the design of the Silver Eagle has been, messed up quite a bit at this point. But you brush it so that you keep that luster on it, all right? And then he puts it back in for the final time after it's brushed and hits our design on it. So it's quite a process.
It's a three-step process. Yeah, it's a three-step process.
Yes. I'm going to send you one of each of these, Joe.
Or Rumble. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah,
there.
you could. I'm going to send one of these to Joe to Arizona so the girls can put it on their desk. So you can look at the whole process, how he ends up going from a Silver Eagle to a Patriot Radio News Hour coin, which for all of you guys in Arizona, because we'll probably talk about these coins a lot on Half Empty Cup of Joe also, but Arizona, you guys have the Patriot Radio News Hour right there on 1010 KXXT. You guys have been listening to this show for years and years. And what I like about this design, Joe, is there's so many. I'm one of the guys that have been on the air with Patriot Radio News Hour, but there's been quite a few guys that have been on the air that have promoted the show, that have worked this company. And I talked to, as soon as I came on in 2018, it's Robbie Noel, and it's Eric's brother, and it's Eric, and it's Joe, and it's I remember Homer Lopez. I listened to all the Homer Lopez shows. I thought it was great, all the way up to the Trump election in 2016. He was out liking Trump's view on the wall a little bit. He was a little skeptical of this guy. Is this a racist guy? Does he not like Hispanics? I remember all that stuff. And Robbie Noel, I didn't get to listen to Robbie Noel. I wasn't listening back that far. But I have one of our customers, Private Citizen Herbie. That's why he started buying from Patriot, was because of Robbie Noel. And he had his own version of how and why you buy gold. And so it's cool to have something in your hand that actually represents the show that you've been listening to all these years, right, Joe? And it's a 1 ounce silver coin.
Yeah, 1 ounce silver coin, and we also have the 2023 Half Empty Cup of Joe coin. So if you had the 2022 coin, getting the 2023 coin, those are available allamericangold.com. You can call the 800 number. If you want to become a subscriber to the radio station for $100, you're going to get one of the coins. You can pick which coin you want. A T-shirt with the radio station's logo and a bumper sticker. Same thing there. And then once a month, we're going to have a monthly radio station newsletter that you'll get every month. If you give us your email address, we'll email you once a month with a newsletter. So a lot of great options there. All of this goes right back into the radio station. This time around, we're looking to upgrade and get a new transmitter. 800-951-0592. Jason and I coming back with more. Stay with us. Get it. I know they're trying to convince us inflation's over. Man, I don't see it. Orange juice, coffee, cocoa, eggs again. Apparently, I don't know what happened. Somebody got bird flu somewhere. Egg prices spiking again. How bad is it? How bad is it? How about this? We know, remember student loan forgiveness during COVID? Hey, you don't have to pay. All right, maybe that made sense. Actually, it never made sense. You know why it never made sense? Because even the people that were told, don't come to work, they got paid. Matter of fact, the government paid them more. And then said, oh, by the way, don't have to pay your student loan. What? Okay. And then they said, you don't have to pay it in 2021. You don't have to pay it in 2022. What? Why? Why? Matter of fact, they didn't have to start paying it until October of this year. Well, guess what happened in this? Listen, we've got an unemployment rate, if you want to believe it, which I think it's accurate. One of the few things that's accurate. It's only 3.7%. Put that on a chart. That is historically low. How historic? I think the all-time record is 3.5. We may have had a month of 3.4. That's how low the number we got last week was. 3.7. We had a record number of people working multiple jobs. Never in the history of this country have people worked so many jobs. In October, the number of Americans delinquent on subprime auto loans hit the highest levels on record. So you're like, oh, boy, that doesn't sound very good. But guess what? Not to be outdone. Oh, no. The Google, oh, by the way, one of the big things lately on Google, how to give your car back. A big thing going into the Google search engine. How about this? The number of people upside down on auto loans. Yeah, it's back to levels not seen since COVID. So already that's all back. So all that money that they gave, it's all ruined. Now, according to data released last Friday, 40%, 4 out of 10 student loan borrowers decided not to make their student loan payment in October. So, Jason, we're not off to a real good start here. Hey, you told them that you didn't have to pay it for 3 years. Now you got to pay it. 40% were unable to make a student loan payment in October. That equates to about 9 million people. Before the pandemic, by the way, about 25% of people didn't make their student loan payments. So, Jason, it's gone up just a little bit. What do you think about inflation now?
Right, and I forget the number I saw, but it was a massive amount did not make the first payment. You know, there is some that had some payments due at different times of each month, but a vast majority of what you're talking about, Joe, didn't make the first payment. So they haven't been making payments for all this time. Now it's time to make a payment, and a large, and it might be the 40%, Joe, but did not make the first payment. Yeah. 40% after not paying for these years didn't make the first payment.
The payments due, on the first of the month. Of the people that did pay. So think about 40% of them didn't pay at all. Of the people that did pay, 60% of them, 13 plus million people, made the payment in the middle of the month. In other words, man, I don't have it on the first. And I get that, right? Got to pay rent, right? Got to pay the mortgage, right? I don't have extra money. Yeah, I made it, but that is a clear indicator of, yeah, I'm money's tight. Money's tight. I don't have extra money. I'm going to have to wait till the next paycheck to pay all these bills. And I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, foot traffic has absolutely sucked this Christmas. Sales will still be higher. Not because people are buying more stuff. Because everything costs a fortune. Everything. This notion that somehow that they fixed it and it's all better. This is why you got Fed governors coming on TV all freaked out. Right? Because they know, man, you guys, you better calm down. I don't think we can do I know what we said we were going to do. We really didn't mean it, though. We didn't mean it, right? We didn't mean we can't cut rates. Are you kidding me? I think they're going to have to. They're going to be forced to, because guess what? These banks, they're not in good shape. Don't fool yourself. They are not in good shape. The only reason why they're talking about rate cuts is to try to save these banks. That's it. And it's not going to work. 800-951-0592. Man, does that sound like a good economy? I don't know, right? We'll be back. Final segment. 592, Joe and Jason, Patriot News Hour. We're going to close our eyes. We're pretending today hasn't happened. $20 Liberty gold pieces, 1866 to 1907. You know why we like old gold. Not only because it's freaking cool, right? It's cool. Wait a minute. I'm going to buy gold coins from you that were minted in the 1800s? Yeah. And they're going to look nice? Yeah. Yeah. That's how awesome gold is. Think about that. They used it as money. All that was used as money. It's the most private way to own gold. There's lots of ways to own gold. You can own it in an ETF. Right? You don't really own it then, right? You're buying paper shares. Right? You can try to play the futures game and buy contracts and do that, right? You can do that as well, right? Don't really own it. Physically, you got all kinds of options. Bars, coins, foreign coins, right? U.S. minted coins. There's only one, though, that is the most private. And by private, buy it, sell it, trade it. Don't have to worry about 1099, Social Security numbers. Heck, we had someone call this week. Wanted to sell 13 ounces, 13 1-ounce foreign gold coins. Not only do we not bid them, right? Because what are we going to do with them? But you got reporting problems. It's just, why? When you don't have to. $20 gold pieces, you are saving $50 yesterday. By the way, gold was up $4 or $5 yesterday. Gold's up 20 right now. 20 more. Same price, $2,275. We're probably staring at what, $23.50 tomorrow. I mean, it sucks, but that's what it's probably going to be. Silver. I give two different choices. I've been making this big thing about silver because the supply side is so bad coming into 2024. I think silver's got to catch up here. The half-ounce rolls of silver rolls of silver $50, $205. 25 rolls or more, $200. U.S. Silver Eagle rolls, 21-ounce U.S. Silver Eagles, $610. Buy a case of 25 rolls, $15,125. Silver's up 35 cents right now, 951-0592. Don't forget, we do IRAs. If you got an old 401k or an IRA and you want to take all of it or some of it and put it into hard assets, we can help you do that. The other day I told you, some of you may want to look at those IRAs and make some changes. You know what? Maybe you're like, you know what? I want a lot more silver in my IRA because Joe thinks it's going to outperform by 10 or 20%. You can do a like-for-like trade. Maybe you want to have more fractional. Hey, I'm going to get some 10th ounce in there because you know what? I see in the next 2, 3, 5 years, I may want to take possession of my gold in that IRA and get that barterable material that way. There's a lot of things you can do. Call us. We'll help you. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason. We're coming right back with the half-empty cup.